What's up, everyone? Welcome to a quick recap of patch 52 for Paladin. We're gonna quickly go over just kind of what they went over in the stream preview and whatnot, and I'll just kind of give you the rundown on it, the TLDR, and there was a decent amount. Going over quickly just kind of the community stuff. 5v5 community tournaments. Now to access these, you need to go over into the Facebook page, facebook.com/group/Paladin community tournaments. If you didn't catch all of that, go look down in the description below, and you'll find that it's a 15,000 crystal prize pool. And I don't think, they mentioned there's probably not going to be a lot of pros in there. They might not be allowing pros, maybe from the top seeded teams. I don't know what it is, but nonetheless, you check it out. You need five players to enter, obviously. We also have a double XP going on this weekend, June 9th to June 11th, which is today, so check that out. They've also updated the community skin project. This is where the community can vote for what they want to see the next skin is going to be, and they've chosen, or you guys have chosen, Ceres. And if you go to paladins.com, you can vote for your favorite. You have 1 week to vote, and the winner will be announced at DreamHack. Here's a little picture of the actual skins. They all look really amazing, so choose your favorite. They've changed the end screen, like, a lot. One notable thing out of it is that flank kills are no longer a thing. It is now called killing blows. No one knew what the hell flank kills were. Now they're killing blows. A lot easier to figure that out. The other thing to note on here is if you look at here, you can kind of see where the normal skills or the normal scoreboard is, and then you can click over here to see where the loadouts are. You can also ignore people by simply, going down here and just typing like, ignore Stolzy. No, I'm kidding, I would never do that. Ignore your mother. You can also block people by typing /block space the player's name. Quick note here on the weapon chests, they have been reduced by 20 crystals. Woo-wee! You're gonna be buying all of them now, aren't you? It's whatever. Makes the grinding a little bit easier. Also added in mastery skins. The 2 mastery skins that they've added in are Eevee and Maldamba. Just quickly looking at them. Here's the cosmic one for Maldamba. Here's the emote for it. Little coin pops out at the bottom. Not much animation for it. I feel like it needs like some smoke or something. And then he sucks it back up with this little snaky poo. And then here's his victory pose. I actually love this. The snake just kind of chilling on that coin. Next one is Eevee. Obviously Cosmic and Obsidian. I don't really need to show you that because you know what it's going to look like. Here's the Eevee mastery pose. Spawns an ice block, crashes it. And then the mastery pose just kind of screams Eevee, the carefree type of ridiculousness that she is. I've also added in 2 skins that are only obtainable through watching the tournament. What I mean by that is the Paladins game tournament going on at any time. They haven't really released too much information on how to do it, but they said they're going to be giving more information out through the Twitter or obviously if the tournament's going on. And these 2 skins are the Cassie Blood Moon. Look at that sexiness. Damn. Sleek as hell. Give me some of that, Cassie. And the other is Ying, Quicksilver. And while we're actually on the topic of Ying, she actually has a brand new skin. These will be, I believe, epic, and it will be direct purchasable. And it's called Replicant. If you look right here, pretty awesome. It's robotic, right? You can see the kind of waves forming in through the hair, the bottom guard. Really cool looking. I actually really like this. The weapon fires in a really cool, robotic, like futuristic kind of beam way. And the voice just fits her.
Completed. You're welcome.
Oh, thank you.
Set up an ambush here.
Don't tell me what to do. And the last skin is Willow with Viceroy. It's kind of a brown oranges. When I first saw it, I didn't like it, but now the more I'm looking at it, the more I'm okay with it. But overall, it's meh, but to be fair, it's rare. Both of those skins will be direct purchasable. All right, now let's get to what everyone's waiting for, the new champion. The new champion is called Zhin, Z-H-I-N. Quickly show you his kind of avatar there. He's kind of a samurai-ish looking dude. They leaked a little bit of a lore about him. Apparently the first real bad guy to be introduced into the game, a criminal, and they even leaked as far as to say a leader of the dark organization named the Thousand Hand Guild. Now, as you may know from me, I like giving people the hands, so I am much for this dark organization of the Thousand Hand Guild. You can give so many hands. Left click, within 2 seconds, hurl burning oil with 2 quick swings that deal 450 damage and a heavy swing that is 300. So it's kind of a combo system. You get 3 hits out of it. So technically with my default ammo, I have 9 shots. I can get 3 of the 3-hit combos out. They look a little something like this. Fast, then a heavy. Next up we have the right click. It's like literally like a Genji counter. You throw up your shield, you throw up your sword, and you kind of counter anything in front of you, like an Androxus, I guess. It'll trigger less people. Once it blocks one thing, it'll swing out in front of it, and it'll do 700 damage. Decent amount of damage, right? You can actually get a legendary, but we'll go over that to make it so you can counter longer. But it will be triggered by any sort of projectile, so just a little Victor shot will trigger it. He'll swing for 700 damage, like so. And finish her off. If you have to be pretty much in melee range, If I try to do the right click while back here, see how I'm not going to be able to hit that. So it's a good way to get out, but it's also a good way to kind of give some burst damage if you're humping on someone, but you have to be close.
Killing spree.
His F ability is kind of like a dash forward, and it does damage. So if you notice, when it goes out, it kind of goes into a third-person view. Kind of looks cool. Does 450 damage. 450 damage for his F ability. It's called left shift, or left shift for me, whatever. Lunge forward while swinging your blade, deadly arc, dealing 400 damage to nearby enemies on a 7-second cooldown. It's a good way to get around. It's a good way to do a lot of burst damage. So, like, for example, if I saw this Cassie coming in, we could do something like, I don't know, left click, left shift, and then one more left click. To take a note, though, that the left clicks do not get interrupted by anything, and they go on a 2-second timer. So what does that mean? So if I left click, my next attack will be a heavy attack, and if I do it right now, it'll still be a heavy attack. That being said, though, if I left click, and I go 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, it will now do 450, 450, then the heavy attack. There's like a 2 to 3 second counter that you have to wait for before the counter resets, and the counter does not get reset by using any of the other abilities. So I could go left click, do a heavy attack, and then it'll do it. Or, you know, use my shift or my F, and then it'll do a heavy attack. So you can kind of do that combo. That's 450, 450, plus 450, plus 700. You do the math there. You know I don't want to do the math. I think it rounds out to about 2,000 damage burst. Pretty nutty, pretty nutty. Next ability is the Q, the Billow. If you notice here, I'm taking damage when I get shot. Not good. If I press Q, I don't take damage anymore. You can still be seen while in it, and you don't heal by default. It literally just says, disperse into smoke, become untargetable, and gain 20% movement for 2.5 seconds. Literally another movement ability. You can think about him, he's a very mobile champion. You have this, and then you also have your Q, which gives you a little bit of movement speed, but it also just gives you intangibility, which is really good. And the last but not least, of course, everyone's waiting for it, the ultimate. The ultimate dashes forward, lunge forward, and incapacitate the enemy with a series of vicious attacks, dealing 2,000 damage over 1.5 seconds. So it'll look something like this. It looks literally like an anime freaking game, or anime, like just anything. It looks crazy. So the legendary card's Guillotine Spite now deals 25% the target's maximum health with every hit. Also increase your ultimate charge rate by 15%. So it's literally like a built-in morale boost slash, if they have a very tanky team, or really anything, it literally just allows you to, if you target someone and you hit them, you will kill them. You will do 100% damage. I don't think any damage negates it, and while it's nice to do it against the sky, although I could just go left click, shift, and then another left click to kill her, saying that I can just press E and kill this person, Fernando, is pretty nutty. So keep that in mind. The next one is Retaliation. After countering attack, you remain in your counter stance. This is good for like fast firing targets. Even just in general, if people aren't used to firing or like stop firing when you're countering, I can give you a lot of stuff. And you can build it with loadouts to give you health every time you counter. You can increase your counter time. So in theory, I should be able to go up here and then swing, then I'd swing again, then swing again. It would just keep happening the whole time during the duration. Very good for fast firing targets. The last legendary, also guys, remember, legendaries don't work in this. This Smolder, heal for 60% of your maximum health during your Billow. That just, I mean, like, it's all, that'd be pretty self-explanatory, right? I gotta take some damage here. Boop, boop, then I Billow, then I would heal. I don't heal because, you know, shit doesn't work in Training Ground, but whatever. While we're in the champion view, the champion section, I might as well just take a look at all of his skins. Looks like this one you can only access in the chests, and then of course you have these during the just a collection. So you got the Warlord, nothing too crazy. I mean, you got the Nomad, Warlord, Greed. Greed looks pretty cool. Some cool emotes. We've got Dragon's Breath, which just allows you to breathe dragon fire. Seems legit. And then Kindle. I mean, I'm sure everyone thinks of Dark Souls. I mean, you gotta think of Dark Souls when you see that. Hello? I'm gonna kick it on over to some Zhin gameplay I was having in one of the new modes, while I discuss the new modes and bug fixes and new champions coming up. The new mode is called Onslaught. It's very combat focused, much more fraggy, not really objectives, although there is an objective in the middle. If anybody has played Smite, you know, the other high-res game, it's very similar to Arena and Smite. The first team to 400 tickets wins, or the team with the highest tickets after 10 minutes. So 10 minutes is literally the most they can take. So it's very good if people want to go to work, or they don't have that much time, or they just literally want to give themselves a quick warm-up game. Very, very good for that. Kind of the way the tickets work is 5 tickets per kill. You get 2 tickets per second when you're on a zone that is uncontested. That's about it. You have higher credit generation in this game. Like items, your credits just flow in, dude. So if you notice at the end of this, I have like 1,000,000 credits. I just wasn't ready for that many credits. And the maps that you use are Primal Court and Snowfall Junction. I think it'll be a little fun for some people, but it might die off pretty quickly. Bug that was fixed, or quote unquote bug, this is absolutely insane. So the bug that was fixed, you know the cards that reduce cooldowns by a percentage? When they were used with cards like, or with abilities like Stomping Ground and Dark Stalker, the ones that are on charges, they were bugged. They were working too well, but they fixed it. Let's just say flat out they fixed it. But here's the thing that they changed in percentages of cards that reduce eliminations on percentage, is it used to be active cooldowns. So let's say, I think one that people are familiar with is Androxus, where if you dash, 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 and let's say you don't have Darkstalker, you just have Godslayer, and then you have, you know, your 12, whatever the base cooldown is on the Nether step. I should know this, if it's like 12, let's just say it's 12 seconds, probably not, whatever. If you had Power of the Abyss 3, no matter what your cooldown was remaining, when you hit it, it's only 75%, so it only takes 75% of your current cooldown. Now it's going off of your base cooldown. So if you have like 4 seconds passed on your dark or on your Nether step, and then you hit someone with Power of the Abyss 3, it'll reset the rest of your cooldown. It goes off of your base, not the active. Nutter butters. Like the implication, the thing, this could just change metas right now. This might make abilities a lot more spammy. I don't know. This might raise the time to kill kind of passively. We'll never really know until we get it tested out. But definitely go out there and test out any cards that say reduce cooldown on elimination. Those just became so much better. Any sort of minus percentage of cooldown. Going over the champions real quick. Combat Repair, the bear card that allows him to heal while he's staying next to a turret. The healing value got increased. That used to be 50, 100, 150, and 200 to 100, 150, 200, 250. So 50 more base. It's better for like a 1 or 2 pointer that you want to put into. Fernando got the Cavalier card buffed. Health bonus was increased from 125, 250, 375, and 500 all the way. Now it goes to 150, 300, 450, 600. So a little bit increase there. And Last Stand, the activation threshold is now 60% instead of 50%. And the healing amount from it is now 75, 150, or it's now 100, 200, 300, 400 instead of 75, 150, 225, and 300. Grok got a buff. Oh, we've all waiting for this one. Tempest now heals himself for 500 over 0.5 seconds. It's no Groverall, but it's nice. It gives him, it makes it so he's not just sitting down. Huge. Inara got a buff with her Earthen Guard. Instead of the bonus healing just being 60%, now it's 80%. I don't know why she needed that. Like, now she has 10% minus healing on a level 3 Cauterice. Like, Cauterice is so strong right now, and they definitely need to look at it, and this is just making Inara more into the meta. Like, almost first pick. Like, I don't know. It's nuts. Maeve got her animation time reduced on her 9 lives from 0.7 to 0.4, which means, let's say you go in for your combo where you left click, then you right click, and then you want to Q, then you can left click, right click much faster. Very, very good. Is that making her viable? I don't know, but it makes her much more bursty, which is something that she needed. Makoa got his Shell Shield activation time reduced from 0.3 to 0.1, just makes it so it comes up quicker. And then Dredge Anchor, you can now hook Androxus while in the reversal. Just, I mean, you can say that it was an indirect nerf to Androxus, but whatever. Shaolin has his Vigilante Shaolin voice pack was increased slightly. And then a few questions that I feel like were notable during the Q&A. Are they planning on adding the ability to delete loadout buttons? Yes, soon, probably the next couple patches. Cannot frickin' wait. Do you guys ever plan on doing a full ranked reset? They're going to be reevaluating all of ranks. Once they reevaluate it and make it all nice and pretty for the brand new re-release, they will be doing a full ranked reset. You won't keep your borders, sorry. You'll keep your levels, but you'll reset all your rating and all that fun stuff. Are they happy with the TTK? Long story short, yeah, Martini likes where it's at. Planning on any reworking of the champions? Well, mechanics, they're always looking to improve them. You know, whenever it needs to be done, they'll do it. But on the art side, they've always been doing a fantastic job, and they said they're going to keep that up. And are there any plans on reworking the chat system? Well, again, they're always looking to reworking and improving any sort of system in the game. So overall, a really big patch coming out here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, drop a like and comment and say, hey, we liked it, or, you know, maybe we want you to focus more on this and here and there. I'm going to be putting out a little bit more content like this, where it's me going over new patches and trying to get it out the same day as the PTS hits. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Hey, thanks for watching. I'm not going to be one of those people who asks you to like and subscribe, so I'm not going to ask.